Hello everybody, happy Wednesday, and welcome to another Wit Wednesday here at Wit Digital. My name is Zach, I'm a developer here at Wit Digital, and today we're going to be talking about a few tips to make sure that your website is mobile friendly for your visitors. Now, according to Alexa, 80% of the top websites are optimized for mobile viewers, and if you combine that with the statistic that 2/3 of website traffic actually comes from mobile users, that right there should be a good cue to you that you need to be paying a lot of attention to your mobile site. So I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 tips to help you kind of go through your mobile website and a few things to pay attention to when you're doing that. So the first of which is making sure that your website is mobile responsive. Now that's a kind of a fancy term for taking a look at your desktop website or how it looks on a desktop, for example. And just as that screen shrinks down, just making sure that all of your text and images looks good as it varies between different screen sizes. Now things like images and text, they can shrink and grow depending on whatever screen size you're looking at. So just making sure that those look good on mobile is incredibly important. The next thing that you can do is simplify your menus. So if you have a very complicated menu structure or a lot of different choices on your menu, just making sure that you can find a way to simplify those. Sometimes giving people a lot of choices can actually work to your disadvantage, and you want to make sure that you're trying to keep things simple for your mobile viewers. So if you have a mobile website like this right here, our example site, for example, you have just a simple menu right here. We call that the hamburger menu. It should be easy to find on your mobile site and should activate with just a single click. Some menus, when you click this button, swipe out, some pop down. Essentially what you're looking for with this is a simple menu that's easy to read, making sure that the text is the right size, it's not too big or not too small, and that the contrast is correct. So if you have like a white text on a black background or vice versa, that helps a lot to make your users be able to see where they're navigating. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that your forms are not too long. Ideally, you're shooting for around 4 to 5 different fields, so maybe a name, email, phone number, how can we help you, and then maybe one other thing. If you find that your mobile site has more than 5, upwards of 6 fields, see if you can shrink that down. You want to make sure that as someone is scrolling through your website, that they're able to quickly fill it out and not have too many distractions. One of the things that I see a lot is you have a first name and a last name field. Maybe consider just combining those two just to a simple name field is something that works really good if you're trying to find a way to shorten all those different fields. Another thing that is really important to make sure that you have on your mobile site is a clearly defined CTA. That means just a call to action. So something that you're trying to do to get a user or one of your mobile users to invest in your service or be able to get a hold of you easily. One of the best that I like to use or that I've seen on websites that are very good at this is a simple call now. And this is something that as your user scrolls through your website, this bar is actually affixed to the bottom. And it's something that when they're ready to do so, they can easily click on that and get a hold of you without having to scroll through the website and try to find out how to call, get a hold of your business or you as a business owner. And then the last thing that I find to be really beneficial is going back to that topic of not giving users too many choices, also being mindful to not give mobile users too much information. So big blocks of text can actually be overwhelming for people visiting your website. So one of the things that you can utilize is what's called an accordion menu. So for example, if I had my mobile website right here, we have our hero image, maybe you have some services that a user can swipe left and right, and then maybe you have some more text that can be selected. For example, if you were to click on this read more box right here, that text expands and allows your user to have the choice to read more text, but not necessarily have that information right up front that overwhelms them or maybe confuses them. Sometimes a big block of text can be confusing. So that's one of the best things that you can do too. If you need to have text on your website, see if you can include it in small accordion menus to keep it short and succinct. So that's it. A few things again, we talked about bringing it all together, making sure that your website has responsive design, that as your screen size shrinks for your website, that it still looks good. Trust is built by one of the ways in which trust is built is by having a website that looks good on mobile and also on desktop. People see that you pay attention to all these details, and therefore they have a lot of trust in you as a business owner. Simplifying your menus, so again, making sure that your menu is easy to find. Another example we talked about is this scroll now bar, or this call now bar scrolling with your website. Making sure that your menu too, as a user scrolls, that scrolls with it, and that they can easily click on it. Keep it simple, nothing too complex. You want to make sure that you have really simple form fields, not too many, about 4 or 5, and that you avoid large blocks of text. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Zach. Comment below if you have any questions or wish for more information, and have a happy Thanksgiving.